Alisha. I'm the creative director here at Myriad Game Studio. We're a small studio based primarily in Hobart or Nipaluna, which is right down in the southernmost island state of Tasmania, or Lutruwita, here in Australia. We're a core team of 5 who founded Myriad Game Studio on the side of our full-time jobs in 2016, and we've been working hard ever since to ship our first game, Where the Snow Settles, in 2021. We all had careers in engineering and IT, but we wanted to have an outlet on the side that allowed us to learn, to grow, and to create together. Some of us wanted to ship a game to learn all about the process. Others wanted to demonstrate our skills so that we could get full-time employment in the games industry here in Australia. Most of us just wanted to have an excuse to hang out with each other regularly, and we were all there to be creative and eat lots of cake. Because we're a small team, we all had to pick up a range of different skills to get Where the Snow Settles shipped. Our team consists of just 5 people. So we have myself, who's the creative director. I handled things like the narrative design, defining the art style, as well as level design and creation, user interface design, and doing all the marketing and assets and collateral. We then have Andrew, who's our visual effects artist. He handles the creation of shaders and post-processing, as well as doing a bunch of different programming tasks as well. We then have Emily, who's our quality assurance lead and technical animator. She handled quality assurance and certification compliance, making sure that the game works really well on all our different platforms. And she also animated all of the characters in the game and did a bunch of programming as well. We then have Jez, who's our technical lead. He handles game infrastructure, setting up best practice dev pipelines, and he programmed all of our different things like player movement, player controls, and the general game logic. We then have Luca, who's our producer. So he handled all things like planning, timelines, budgeting, and tons of communications with our outside assistants. As well as our small little team of 5, we had some things that we needed assistance with as well. So thanks to some funding from our state government, we had the chance to work with a bunch of amazing folk, both inside and outside of games. We were lucky enough to work with an ex-Disney artist and a bunch of different graphic designers. We were able to work with narrative writers and producers from our Australian games industry. And we also had the chance to work with TV and film writers from inside Tasmania as well. Where the Snow Settles is a short narrative adventure that follows the coming-of-age journey of our player character, Aurelia. She's been thrust into the unknown after her older sister goes missing and must learn to find her way in a world that's crumbling around her. It's designed to be played in a few short sessions and is great for sitting down and playing at the end of a long, stressful day, with the gentle and undemanding game mechanics allowing for escapism into a beautiful and desolate world. It features a handcrafted environment with an evocative and beautiful art style, and is inspired by graphic design, ambient music, and of course, cinema. The soundtrack is designed to make your heart swell, with a mix of violin strings and unique motifs that are all recorded locally here in Hobart by our amazing composer Az, who even recorded gusts of wind from Hobart's iconic Kunyani Mountain. Where the Snow Settles is a game about loss, growth, and the supernatural, and delivers these themes through a range of different game mechanics. We like to describe it like an interactive storybook or movie because the game doesn't involve any violence or combat and focuses more on appreciating small narrative moments instead. The player can explore the world by interacting with objects in the environment, revealing information about Aurelia and the world that she inhabits as a result. The game also emphasises the importance of listening by requiring the player to engage in dialogue with the quirky characters that Aurelia encounters on her journey. It focuses around a sister relationship narrative and explores concepts of independence and identity, and highlights the importance of stepping out into the unknown in order to learn and grow. Where the Snow Settles was made over the course of 5 years, with the team averaging roughly 1 to 2 days a week. We had life happening over this time as well, with most of us changing jobs multiple times. There were definitely lots of house moves, new pets, and even an engagement. Thanks to our IT jobs, we all knew what makes a good team tick and made sure to put processes and routines in place to get the most out of the limited time we had together. This included things like weekly retros and showcases, where we demonstrated our work to each other, talked about what was going well and what needed improvement, and also rotated who provided cake that week. We focused on our relationships with each other by valuing honesty, accountability, but also empathy and mindfulness of each other's lives. We also had an office in a shared co-working space, which helped get us out of our lounge rooms and into a space where we could connect with other like-minded creatives as well. From a game dev perspective, we also had to be mindful of what we were making by leading into our strengths and making a game that complemented those, knowing our goal and being mindful of our tendency towards perfectionism, keeping our scope small, and getting used to a just enough to ship mentality. We wanted to discuss themes that affected us throughout our journey of game making and tie them back to general skills and mindsets that we need to get through life generally. We've all been in situations where new things feel scary and unpredictable, but with the support of those around us, we can get through them. This is communicated through the listening mechanic and is reflected in Aurelia's growth over the course of the game as well. We created Where the Snow Settles to learn and expand our skill sets, express our creative sides, connect with others in our creative community, and to put something into the world that was meaningful to us. Thankfully, because we were working on this part-time and had our livelihood covered by our 9-to-5s, we were fortunate enough to be able to have full creative license to make something that we were incredibly passionate about. The support by our funding bodies also helped to connect us with all of the amazing games folk here in Australia, establishing strong connections and friendships that we value dearly, and has opened us up to a world of creative opportunities. We managed to achieve our goals for the game, with most of the team moving on to full-time games employment here in Australia. We also received a bunch of design awards, got to share experiences through national conferences, and even had the soundtrack played on national radio. After many years of hard work and creating lifelong memories along the way, Where the Snow Settles was released on Steam, itch, and Xbox, and our beautiful soundtrack can be streamed on all major music streaming platforms.